All right, folks, we're back. Just want to go over a couple things of next steps to strengthen your cross-examination. So think about, in your head, you're nervous, you're worked up, you're sweating, your fingers are hurting, you're not really thinking about anything. You've got a whole stack of papers in front of you. Question after question is going through your head. You're looking at tons of penalties and all kinds of crazy stuff. How can you calm yourself down, focus yourself, center yourself, and really start going question number 1, question number 2, question number 3, and then write everything down. Always get the court to record everything, and always get them to give you recordings in all of your stuff. Every single time you sit down in the court, always record. So I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to show you a couple things. It's just some strategy. It's nothing legal advice. Just cool things to do, some stuff. Here we go. Force them into a yes or no answer instead of open-ended questions. Pin them down with questions that require a direct admission. Prepare for evasive responses and demand policy records. Here are some questions according to them. Are officers trained to assume that all vehicles on public roads are engaged in commercial activity? This puts their training practices in the spotlight. So he's going to have to explain, let's say it's a guy. Okay, I'm going to use that as a guy. It's a guy officer. He's going to have to say what he learned in the police academy. Does your department, now he has to expose the department. He's going to have to just really throw the department under the bus. Provide written guidelines proving that all conveyances on public roads meet the legal definition of a commercial motor vehicle. If they can't provide documentation, it weakens their case. Can you confirm that before stopping me, you had definitive proof, not assumptions, that I was operating in commerce? You want to force them to admit whether they had solid evidence beforehand. Has your department ever been challenged for enforcing commercial regulations on non-commercial conveyances? Please ask that question. That's number 4. If there's past controversy, strengthens your case. Can you confirm without assumption? This is so good. Don't assume stuff. Don't let the cop assume things, because he's going to, the cop, the prosecutor, and the judge are all on the same team. That you knew for a fact that my conveyance required commercial licensing. This keeps their feet to the fire. No assumptions allowed. If they can't provide solid answers, it exposes systematic enforcement flaws. That can impact your case. Okay, can you give me 5 more like this? Here's a quiz. I went through this quiz last night. You can look at this quiz yourself. It's pretty, you'll figure it out. And I put, this test sucked if I was a cop. Because here's question number 1. Can you confirm that your department trains officers to verify legal definitions of a commercial motor vehicle before issuing citations? Wow! Can you confirm that? Did your department train officers to verify the legal definition of a commercial motor vehicle before issuing citations? So they pull you over. He says you're driving a commercial motor vehicle, but his department never trained him to know what the heck that is. So here's the answers. Here's the answer. It says, yes, no, officers rely on their discretion, and I'm not aware of the department's training. There's 4 more questions. I'm not going to get into it. The quiz idea is something you should look at. Now, this is good here. Are police departments, since they're not created during the establishment of the Constitution, constitutional? We went through this whole stuff, and basically what it comes out is now we're getting into a couple other judicial things, which we don't need to really dig around in. I really want to point, when an officer pulls you over, there is an incredible amount of assuming. They assume what they learned was right. They assume because your physical presence or geographical location gives them jurisdiction. They assume that you're driving. They assume you have a commercial motor vehicle. They assume you're required to have certain stuff. If your vehicle isn't over 10,000 pounds and you're not transporting goods or services or people or any of that kind of stuff, you're not an Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, limo driver, taxi driver, bus driver, you're not driving. I don't know what you're doing, but you're not driving. Now, some people might say, oh yeah, we're traveling, or I'm a traveler. I don't know what that is, and I don't really care. I just know that looking at the legal definition of driver or driving or commercial motor vehicle or vehicle, I don't meet any of those requirements. I don't meet any of those definitions. So I don't know what you think I'm doing, but it's none of that. And when you ask an officer to prove every single thing that they're claiming, what you're going to see is that they can't. They can't prove any of it. So what I would recommend is start putting some of these questions together yourself. This is just an educational little video. I love to make these things. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day.